we have our top 5 Christmas movie rankings. And Sam, we did this for our jobs last year. I can't remember what you said. I wrote down my list. I feel like my list changed from last year.
Oh my God. Wait, did we do it last year?
Didn't we at least talk about it? No, we didn't do content.
We did Christmas songs last year for work.
Christmas songs. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't think we did movies.
Okay.
But I wrote it on the back of my Halloween grocery list that I did today. We're gonna do top 5 favorite movie rankings, in our opinions. And we'll start at 5, and then I also have an honorable mention that I just want to toss out there.
Okay.
So let's start with 5. What is your number 5 Christmas movie?
Number 5, I have The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, it is the cutest movie ever, and I love it so much. Jack Black's in it.
I've heard it's cute.
It's amazing, and it's not like super holiday vibes, but like they celebrate Christmas and New Year's in it, and it just kind of, I don't know, it has that like holiday spirit. And I think I started watching it with my mom when I was super young, like around Christmas, so it just brings me that nostalgia.
Yeah.
And now we like watch it every December, so I just love that movie. And now that I'm getting older, I can appreciate it more, so I'm like falling more in love with it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I always see it on streaming, and like I'm always interested in it, but I never watch it.
You have this is the year. You have to. And then I want a full report.
Okay. I will watch it. My number 5 is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Valid.
I was 19 years old when I realized that it was the Santa Claus, as in a contract, like an agreement, like a clause in an agreement.
What do you mean?
I was in college when I found this out, so don't feel bad.
Bitch, I am 25. What do you mean it's the Santa Claus?
There's an E at the end of clause, and it is the word clause as in a contract or an agreement, because if you look at it, he becomes Santa because he puts on the coat, and it's the Santa Claus.
Did a lawyer write this movie? What the fuck?
I honestly,
how did you expect me to pick up on that at 5?
No, a lot of people don't know that because you're not the first person I've told it to, but my roommate in college, shout out Amber, that's my girl. She told me when I was literally a sophomore in college, and I was like, the exact reaction, I was like, pardon?
What do you mean?
I was like, no, it's just the Santa Claus, like Santa Claus, but no, it was Santa Claus with me.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Incredibly smart. But yeah, love the Santa Claus. I think it's really cute, and I'm obsessed with Charlie, and he's just so cute and adorable and tiny, and it's just a very feel-good movie.
It is. Coming in at number 4, I have a claymation classic that is Rudolph.
Oh, okay. Because I have a claymation at 4 too.
What's your claymation?
My claymation is Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. No, a lot of people don't. And it infuriates me.
And also Spencer won't even watch the claymation movies with me. And I'm like, why? They're so cute and wholesome and nostalgic.
There's this newer generation of children, not to get all generational on everybody, but they don't like it. They think it's weird and creepy.
I know, and I don't get it. I've heard so many people also, well, you know what? I'll hold that for a sec. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the claymation. Yeah. So said the same thing. It freaks her out, and I was like, "Girl, just watch Rudolph with me." Because the other one I love, it's not in my top 5, but this will be my honorable mention. The Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, love it! I love that one too.
Stellar. I love the claymations.
They're so good. And actually, last night, I had a very long and eventful day yesterday. So Michael was like, "Well, let's put on a Christmas movie till before we go to sleep to make you feel better." And I was like, I want to watch Rudolph. It is not available on any streaming. The only place I could find it was if I bought it for $8 on Amazon Prime. And I was like, I'm not doing that because I know it's going to be on TV soon.
Yeah.
I really wanted to watch Rudolph though. But A Year Without a Santa Claus, people are really weird about the heat miser and the snow miser and all that. I think it's adorable. And I think it's a really good twist on holiday and like kids who believe in Santa Claus, and like, sometimes he can't make it because he's sick And
Yeah.
like, but then Santa Claus gets back up and he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna deliver the presents. I'm like, you go, Santa. I believe in you. I
Pop
love it.
off, Santa.
Pop off.
Sleigh. Get it? Because he's in a sleigh.
Yes, I get it.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In my so is listening. Okay, before we get into that, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It is a tradition of mine and my brothers to watch it every single year. We've been watching it since it came out in like the year 2000. So we've been watching it every single year for the past 20 something years now. And we can recite it from memory. And it is just, I don't know also why people don't really like it because I think it's hilarious, but.
Dinner with myself. I can't cancel that again.
Solve world hunger. I'm booked. Like, how could you not think that's funny?
We are going to put a pin in this and then come back. Okay. My number 3 is Elf. Classic, funny. I know it's overplayed. I know everyone's sick of it. However, if this movie wasn't overplayed and you just watched it once a year, it would be the greatest movie that ever happened to you.
No, the Elf was the one movie on my list that I dropped out, but I was trying to find a space for it, so it would probably be my number 6.
Yeah, so fair. But yeah, no, I love it.
It's
Yeah,
so good.
it's just good
It's
vibes.
funny. It's those different twists on Christmas movies that are funny and good, and Will Ferrell is funny.
Yes.
And it's a good movie, and I don't know. I hate when people hate on Christmas movies because they're all good, really, if you think about it.
And they're all just like lighthearted. Like, how can you sit there and be like angry watching a Christmas movie? Like,
exactly. It's funny. Number 2.
What's your number 2?
Oh, I was like, wait, where did it go? Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Gives off major. I love Christmas in New York. Actually recently, so I walk up and down 6th Avenue when I'm at work and I put my earphones in and I listen to Christmas music, and it's the most magical experience if you ever have the opportunity to do it. It's wonderful. They put the lights up, the wreaths, the trees, the nutcrackers, everything. Anyway, Lost in New York, Home Alone 2, hilarious, funny, good, classic, but I think it's also just like the New York vibes that really get me.
No, that's so real. I get that. I love the Home Alone movies. They're not in my top 5 though. I like love them as their own entity. But my number 2 is Polar Express.
I just put that on the other day to fall asleep to it because it's comforting.
I think it is one of the best movies ever created. That's like our Christmas Eve movie every single year. Me and Spency girl. But yeah, no, I just love it. I love the Polar Express.
Well, that's funny because my number 1 is my Christmas Eve movie. Like, I watch it alone with my family. It doesn't matter. Every Christmas Eve, I make sure to watch this movie. I'll die on this hill. It's Die Hard.
I knew this was coming from you.
Yes.
My number 1, I said put a pin in it and we'll circle back. The Grinch.
Love it.
The Grinch is my number 1 Christmas movie.
I love that.
I love it.
I love it. It's so good. And I just saw a Christmas sweater that said like it was like ooh that's it, I'm not going at the bottom, and I was just like, I need this. It's so good. It's so funny.
As I've grown up, I've realized I'm more, other than the hating Christmas part, I am literally the Grinch.
No, same.
Like with the way I hate people.
Yeah. No, you literally, like, watching it as an adult, you're like, these stupid kids are just trying to break into his house. He's just trying to live away from everybody else, and they're just showing up all the time. And I'm like, I get it. I'd be pissed off too.
Yep. And everyone was so mean to him because he looked a little different.
Yeah. And I love too the little adult jokes that they've placed in it, that as the years go on, every time you watch it, you just like catch another adult like joke. And you're just like, oh. And one of my favorite ones is when you see how like the babies come and they fly down to a front porch, and he's just like, honey, our baby's here. He looks like
Yes.
your boss.
He looks like your boss.
And I'm just like, oh my god.
No,
That's
and
one of
like,
my
as a
favorite
kid,
lines.
I'm like,
Yeah,
huh?
you're just like, oh, they just have a baby, but like as an adult, you're like, oh my god, I love that. The like little sprinkles of that.
No, I love it. And just to wrap us off, give us your reasoning for why Die Hard is in fact a Christmas movie.
Okay, first of all, he says, ho ho ho, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas time. This is incredibly a Christmas movie. It's action packed. There's romance, there's terrorists, there's Alan Rickman, and it is just, I adore it so much because it not only is Christmassy, you have the action, you have the humor because Bruce Willis is hilarious, and just I think it's also just like my family watching it together. Like every time we're always just like, this is so fun. It's just a fun time, and I'm not gonna say the rest. The other Die Hard movies don't fall under this category for me. It's just the first one really, and I just love it. It's just such a good movie, and I can't speak more highly about it. And I
Oh,
do have to mention my honorable mention, and it is a more, I don't want to say obscure because it's like a Netflix Christmas movie, but I watched it with my mom like 2 years ago, and ever since then we always try to find time to watch it together. It's called Klaus on Netflix, and it
okay.
is beautifully animated. It is a very original Christmas story, and it's about this like very rich guy who is like very much like not in the spirit of Christmas, doesn't believe in Christmas and everything. And his dad sends him off to this island to be a postman. And he basically like creates Christmas. And it is incredibly heartwarming. I cry every time I watch it.
I want to watch
It is stunningly beautiful. It's like beautiful animation. Highly, 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 highly recommend anybody that just wants a really good, different Christmas movie, but it makes you feel good and it's like a little bit touching. Klaus.
I'm gonna Spencer is like the person that loves Christmas more than anyone else I've ever met ever.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have her over for Sister Night. We're gonna watch it and then I'll let you know. And the other thing that I have to do is watch Die Hard because I'm behind on
Have
that.
you never seen it?
Never.
Okay, okay. If I watch The Holiday, will you watch Die Hard and then we'll swap
Yes.
thoughts and feelings by next
Yes.
week?
By next week? Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about scheduling on the side.
Schedule.